Welcome back to Keep Expecting Miracles. Alyssa is here,
And I'm Jessica.
and we are back with another episode. What's been going on? What have you been up to?
A lot of learning to rest, learning when enough is enough as far as pushing. Because, I love my to do list. I walk around with a notebook so that I can write down ideas as they come to me so I can, just write things down. And it's just my way of controlling.
Hmm.
But you can't control everything. So,
No,
yeah, but I have been doing well. How about you?
I've been doing well too. I have been trying to integrate, um,
Mm-hmm.
living in a different city and what this new life for us means. It's not only did we move, but we are living a completely different life. Um,
Yeah.
with two walking children in many different ways. Like both of my children can walk now, and Alina goes to a new school, and of course, Donnell is making more money. We have new people that we are around who are, have certain privileges and
Mhm.
opportunities and money. And so
Yeah.
it looks very different. So I am
Mhm.
integrating all the things that we have asked for and prayed for. We've finally made it to this point, and it's not what I imagined it to be.
Yeah.
Um, so I've been integrating, and that's the theme of today's episode and what we want to talk about in our I am segment of
Mhm.
the stage of transformation of integration. Um,
Mhm.
After the awakening and the disillusion, the breakdown, uh,
Mhm.
and the surrendering of being in your cocoon and saying, look, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm taking a sacred rest opportunity.
Yeah.
Just emerging as your new self, quote unquote, like in your in a new season. And
Mhm.
we speak about these stages. You have to know that we're talking about these stages as much as we can in a cyclical matter. It seems like it's linear because that's just how it's laid out in our episode format. But the stages of transformation are cyclical. This is a
They
circle.
are.
This is a
Yep.
circle. This is a circle. It's a
Yep.
continuum. It's a spiral. We're not just going straight down a line. We are moving back and forth and revisiting and going deeper into one aspect of another.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
this episode, we really wanted to highlight like what it looks like to integrate what you have gone through.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I can understand that. I personal anecdote for me because I've mentioned it on the pod like with my marriage. I would say when it comes to like who I am as a person now, um there are, we mentioned before, you can be in more than one stage, right, in different aspects of your life. They can be happening, you know all at the same time at different times. And I thought, oh, I finally let this person go. I'm no longer romantically attached to them. I no longer, like, I am good. I'm a brand new person. Like, I
Thank
remember
God.
who I was with you.
Hallelujah. Can we get an amen?
Girl.
Praise dancing. Ooh.
Look, yes, okay. I feel the same too because that stuff was clouding my mind. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
And so then I'm like, okay, I don't feel these nudges, like these heart pulls. It's no longer like you left me, I miss you. That's not there anymore. Now I'm like, oh, I love who I am now. Right. I'm integrating these new habits that I have. practicing all of these, like, who am I? Returning back to my roots. But then there's another part of my life where I'm like, oh, shoot. Now I also have to let go of physical things, environments,
Mhm.
and that part of letting go would be like the surrendering. It's like I'm back at this stage of being, kind of like heartbroken and uncomfortable,
Mhm.
but now it's not about the love lost. It is about, finances. It's
Yes.
about
Property.
career. It's
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
property. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, what the frick? Like, I was stable and now I forgot about this part,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it can go hand in
Well,
hand. So
I mean, I think, I don't want to be bursting your bubble here, but you have to know that if it was working well, it wouldn't be over with. You know,
yeah,
if
yeah.
it was
Hmm.
truly stable, if it was truly working for your
Hmm.
good, it would not be ending.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you have to acknowledge that reality, like it was an illusion of that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And that's a part
Exactly.
of the surrendering too, is accepting it. It's accepting that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. But it's your take that you have right now, that you're living when it comes to integration, is quite interesting, because a lot of people feel like, well, I did this, I hit this goal, I finally made it, mama, I made it, now everything is gonna be great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is an adjustment.
I know. And there is an adjustment. And I really, every time me and Jessica talk about these things on these podcasts, like we then experience it or are experiencing it. But I'm like, do I want to say this out my mouth? Because I don't want something to come up and happen. But new levels, new devils, boo.
Yeah.
Like when you reach a
Yeah.
new level, like there's a new world of things that you never knew before that are occurring, that you
Yeah.
are, opening your eyes to,
Hmm.
that you have to be aware of. Like we're now in, I mean, obviously I can't divulge personal details of, finances, but when you have to pay the IRS ahead of time, like it's not even tax season and we're having to pay because
Hmm.
we already know that, large amounts of money have been
Hmm.
received. So,
Hmm.
when you see chunks of money that have to be paid to the IRS, you're just like, dang, I didn't even see this last year. Like
Yep.
it's crazy to me. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's crazy. But I mean, that's not even that. Like finances, like that is why I talked about last episode, like having to release the security of money, having to release the security
Hmm.
of a job, having to release, because I know that's not what makes up my happiness, my peace.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank God, we were able to get to this point and we have sacrificed in doing that, but that is not what determines my peace.
Right.
The real integration is realizing like I am new again in a situation.
Hmm. Hmm.
I am practicing a new routine. This is a new environment for me and for my family. And while you can be so excited and hopeful for new beginnings, it is very scary.
Hmm.
It is very, like you said, it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment that has to take place, and it might not feel exactly how you thought it would.
Yes.
It's still an in between stage, I would say.
Yeah, it's there is what's coming to mind for me right now as you say that is, time is not linear, right? Yes, you have gone through, these processes, moving here, moving there, graduations here, there, oh, I want this, want that. This is what I'd like, picking it out, yada yada yada. but we are still the same person that we were. You are still the same person that you were.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
We take ourselves everywhere.
Mm.
And like, there is a point where you have to realize, like, if I am not, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this, because I'm not specifically talking about you, but just in general, like, with people in general, if I am not happy or satisfied in this space where I am now, will I be happy and satisfied in the other place where I'm going to be? Like, is
Absolutely.
it really like, for me, for example, I recognize, right? I went from being broke as a joke, a struggling entrepreneur, to I ain't got to worry about no kind of money at all. I can do whatever I want to do. Okay.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
again, new level, new devils. I was still the same person, right?
Mhm.
There was a way, and I hate to go back to talking about money, but um, specifically when it comes to that, because I was the same person, I didn't, there was a point where I didn't use it in the way that I needed to, as
Mhm.
far as like paying myself sometimes
Mhm.
as a business owner, but
Mhm.
then also how to operate in these spaces that I was now able to be in.
Mm.
Like, oh shoot, like, let me straighten up my back. Let me put these other clothes on and show up, like, I am this leader now. I am this person that belongs here now, because I am doing big things here. So I
Mhm.
am allowed to be here. Like,
Mhm.
sometimes, and I know that you are prepared, but sometimes the integration is adjusting to, like, remembering, like, remember where you are now, who you are
Mhm.
now. You
Mhm.
are not who you were before. You have
Mhm.
prepared for this. Now you're here,
Mhm.
and now it's time to recognize, let's be who this new person is now.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, in this stage of integration, it's remembering, right, I am this, yes, I deserve this, yes, I've been waiting for this, yes. It's like you have to keep going back. And I had to do that with myself, where sometimes, like, manifestations sometimes come even when we're not ready.
Yeah.
Like, we're not completely ready for it, but
They do. They
but
do.
it's
They do.
there,
We
and
say that
now it's
all the
like,
time.
oh,
Mhm.
I gotta live like this now? Like, hold
Mhm.
up. Now there's also like a fear I found for myself. There was a fear with it. Like, why do I
Because
feel
it's
uneasy?
new responsibilities too. People forget
Mm-hmm.
that the new responsibilities
Mm-hmm.
that come
Mm-hmm.
up with the things that you're manifesting, with the things that you're asking for, that you're calling in. It's, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we already know, like, people want to manifest relationships all the time, but I mean, let's be real. Can you be in a relationship? Can you be a
Girl,
partner to somebody? Like, that's a whole, that,
that's
we can do a whole series on being in a relationship and what it
child.
takes.
I was about to straighten up my glasses. I don't even got no glasses
What?
on, because I was ready to say, look,
Yeah.
as someone who has not been single since she was a child,
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, I don't have to compromise or ask anything. Like,
Hmm.
if I want to cook something, I'm gonna cook it for myself. If I want
Hmm.
to,
Hmm.
I don't have nobody to say, hey, are you ready to go to sleep? Or, hey, are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like to be your own self. I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to give this up, because there's a certain freedom that comes with it.
Yeah.
Would I want a relationship? Of course. But knowing, okay, I have to give up this part of I got to compromise now. I got to,
Yeah.
you know,
There's certain considerations that have to be made. Even
yeah.
even if you are a whole person going into a relationship as an adult, you still have to compromise different aspects. Like,
Mhm.
so I mean, we're not going to get into that because that's not what this is about. But
Mhm.
it's what you're talking about is actually seeing and knowing, like, hey, this is what you asked for. This is
Yeah.
what it comes with. And I think for me, a part of my transformation has been letting go of seeking approval.
Mm.
from family members. You know, we both of me and Donnell's parents are still married, so we have, thank God, we have a very strong foundation of in laws on both sides. You know, for me and for him.
Mhm.
And we have had the blessing of having them help us in many different ways, and the blessing of living apart from them, so we could establish our own, way
Yeah.
of doing things. But we are also both the oldest children of our families, and so we know what that comes with. Like, I'm the oldest daughter, he's the
Mhm.
oldest son, and so our decisions tend to be on the approval seeking side, and
Mhm.
that shows up, in ways that don't even have to do with our family, but we know that's what it's tied to. That's what it
Yeah.
goes back to. And so for me, my transformation specifically has been, how can I live in alignment so that I can continue to go deeper with my journey, continue to go deeper with my spirituality and my transformation, and then not about moving from a place of fear or a place of approval seeking. It's,
Mhm.
I am living in alignment. So if this is what I'm being guided to do, this is how I'm being guided to live my life, this is what I'm going to do. These are the decisions that I'm making.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for me, that's what has been the biggest thing as far as integration is concerned. It's like, okay, I remember very specifically, like, I wanted, when me and Donnell were done with our schooling and we have finally were in our careers and we had the money, like, we were gonna eat all organic food and we were gonna eat healthy and we're gonna do this, and then our kids are gonna be the same way. And so now Alina goes to a school where she can't bring all that stuff. She can't bring processed food to
Yeah.
school. And so I actually have to live that out. I actually have to
Mhm.
practice that with the grandparents when they are around. Like, hey, you guys, we're not eating that food. This is not. So it's like, I said I wanted that for my life, but what does it actually mean to live that life?
Child,
Yeah,
that is a statement right there.
I know.
That's
I
a
know.
statement right there.
Yeah,
That really is.
yeah, yeah.
And it's I'm sure that you don't regret wanting it. But
No,
it's like a what can I don't really know what to say, but it's like okay, wait. This is an adjustment for me, like I let me just get a bearing on this because I didn't realize that, you know, that I wasn't yet fully embodying this.
right,
Like I actually have to practice now weaving this into this lifestyle. Yes, I want it, so I'm going to do it,
right.
right? Um so it's, it to me it's like you're braiding things into your into habits,
Yeah,
braiding it into your lifestyle.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
It's having the mindset of, like, I want to live in this new energy.
Yeah.
What does it take for me to be in this frequency, on this frequency, in this energy? Like,
Yeah.
the butterfly, once they emerge from the cocoon, they're not going back and being a caterpillar. They're not crawling on the
Mhm.
ground. Like, they land on flowers. Yes, they do land on the ground, but you know what I mean. Like, they are not
Yeah.
living their life as a caterpillar anymore.
Right. So, I mean, a great that's a wonderful way to put it because it's when they're on the ground, they're in dirt, they're around the beetles, around the ants, right? And now as a butterfly, they no longer even touch those things. They're not even around them. Now, okay, I'm with these other butterflies. Now I'm with wasps. Now I'm with the bees, you know?
Mm,
So it's like
mhm,
even we have to get used to even the people around us completely being different
yes,
than,
yes.
even because I know, like, as someone, I did raise caterpillars, and so one of the predators of the caterpillars were the lizards, right?
Mm,
They had to watch out for them. As a butterfly, they don't have to watch out for no lizards.
mhm.
I'm not sure who they have to watch out for, but now whatever the predator is a whole totally different.
Yeah, Yeah,
And so then, like, once you
exactly.
do reach this new level of who you are, you don't, that's not even something that you think about.
No,
Like, "Oh, what do I have to look out for?" And you don't, that's not something you practice, and then
right.
suddenly it shows up. It's like, "Oh, shoot, I ain't know this was gonna be an issue being over here."
Mhm.
Like, I've
Mhm.
gone through moments where I'm like, "Well, damn, what was easier? Was it
Mhm.
easier to just be someone who works a job, or is it easier to be an entrepreneur?" And then you really have to weigh your options. You
Yeah,
have to,
yeah,
really figure that out.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I think. I mean, like you said, a caterpillar can hide. Like I don't see caterpillars all the time, but when it's
Mhm.
butterfly season, you can see this. You're on display.
Yes. That's
And
a good thing.
yes, in all their beautiful glory. Everybody loves butterflies, but we can't stand
Mhm.
caterpillars, man. Like I know I can't. Like I don't like them things.
I love caterpillars. Some of them are scary. They are.
That's what I'm saying. They
And
look
then you don't know
scary.
if they're, like, safe or not.
Right. But they can hide. They can hide. They're not
Uh-huh.
seen. They're not seen. And so when you sometimes when you're asking for certain things or when you're positioning yourself to be in a certain room, a certain category job, business, um industry, you have to be on display.
Girl.
And what does that mean? What does that
Yeah.
look like for whatever you're in? And
Yes.
so it's another level of finding rest. It's another
Mhm.
level of finding your spiritual practice. It's another way of that's what we're talking about with integration. It's literally finding new routines in the new freshness, in the newness that you are experiencing.
Yep. Yep. One thing that I realized that I've had to integrate, which, I feel like you've always done this. You've always been very intentional on, like, with what you post on Instagram, right? You don't post everything. You're like,
Mhm,
Here, I'll post this."
mhm,
Me, I'm like, "Oh, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da," like, just
mhm.
putting everything out there.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I had to stop posting because I'm like, I have a podcast now. People are following my personal page because we put our personal Instagrams out there,
yeah, yeah,
right? I made mine public, and I'm like, "Oh, shoot. I can't just be out here talking about anything.
yeah.
What is my purpose for my post?"
You can if you want to. It's just that's
I mean, nah, because that's not how I operate professionally.
yeah. Well, I
So,
mean, you can change it.
um
You can take it off private. I've taken mine off.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I've turned mine back to private because I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I don't want everybody seeing what I'm posting.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, but I realized too. I'm like, okay, this is, like you said, there are new responsibilities, and
Mhm,
it's where people are watching.
mhm,
Especially because we have, like, I have followers of the pod on Instagram who also follow me. And the other thing that came to mind when you were talking about on display with your husband being a spinal surgeon,
mhm,
when we went, so my son had to get knee surgery. I didn't even talk about this on
mhm,
pod. He had to get knee surgery, right? Tore his meniscus straight across the entire knee.
mm,
Okay.
mhm.
They repaired the whole thing. We go for his follow
Oh,
up
poor
appointment.
baby.
I know. We go for his follow up appointment after surgery. Surgery went well. He is able to put pressure on his, he's in rehab. Um, we go into the office and I see a poster, and on the poster is the orthopedic surgeon that did his surgery standing with his arms on his hips and
Mhm,
just like, "Yes, I'm Superman." Like,
mhm, mhm,
that's what he looked like. And I'm like, "Oh
mhm,
my gosh, is Alyssa's husband like this in the hospital?"
mhm. I mean, his picture is not like that, but yeah, they do have giant posters with his face on
Yes.
it at both of the hospitals.
Wow. I'm looking at
Giant
it, I'm like,
pictures. Yeah.
"What?"
And they didn't even it was so funny because they didn't even tell him that that was happening. Like he just walked into the hospital and everybody they're like, "Hi, Dr. McDonald, Dr. McDonald, Dr. McDonald." And he's just like, "How do you know who I am?" But then he sees the posters everywhere. He's like, "Oh."
Mhm.
And then not only
Mhm.
that, it's a very small town. It's a very, very
Yeah.
small town. Um, his name is on their building, the private practices building, in big giant letters. So anybody
Really?
driving down, and I mean,
What?
the building is off of the state road. So
Yeah.
anybody driving on this state road can see the name on the side
Oh
of the
my
building of him.
gosh.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So
Wow.
it's definitely a display. That's why I turned my Instagram to private, because I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
Yeah, but
But see,
luckily,
that's part of integration. That you knew. You're like, new society. Got to change this
yeah,
right now.
yes, yes, exactly. Well, and then also too, it's just being aware of the things that might come up as questions,
Mhm.
um around the new people,
Mhm.
because it's natural. People have natural curiosity about who's new, who's
Yeah.
amongst us. I'm
Yeah.
certainly like that. I'm gonna search somebody. I can
I
do a
know.
darn search on somebody in a minute. If you want to
I
find out some
know.
information on somebody, let me know, because I can find it. But because I'm like that, I'm also very cautious about that is why I'm cautious about what I post, because I know things pop up everywhere when you do post. But
Mhm. Mhm.
um it's just being aware and cognizant of, like you said, like what type of people. Like I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm it I am a people person, and so I think that is what's taking me the longest to integrate, is these new people.
Yeah.
It's these
And
new
I think
people.
it needs to be mentioned too, like when we're talking about integration, we're talking from the aspect of integrating the newfound you, like the new habits that you have developed, the who you are now.
Right.
Because when we're talking socially, it's easy, excuse me, it's easy to lose yourself among these new people that you have, because then you're like, oh, maybe I need to be like this. You have this, maybe I need to. We're not we're not talking about that aspect of it. We're talking about, this is who I am now. I'm going to continue fully, like stepping into myself in this way.
Right. Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
think that needs to be said, because um, there are a lot of, like, let's say celebrities, people who just suddenly become famous, and then they're nothing like the person they were before. And it's like, it's because they were following the crowd, following people. But we're talking from the aspect of, you are nothing like you are different than you were before, but it's because you've come into more of who you are. You are still this person, but now you're even better than that, like,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, it
So
does. It makes perfect sense. That's a perfect segue for our next segment for our listener manifestation story. And I said what I
mhm.
said. It's where we share manifestation stories from listeners, or things that we want to manifest, or the collective wants to
Mhm.
manifest. So today's listener story comes from Maya, who wrote us about the quiet and surprising process of integration after something she had been manifesting finally came to her. So Maya says, "Hi, Alyssa and Jessica. I've been listening to your podcast since the very beginning, and I wanted to share something I've been moving through lately. Last year, I manifested something that had been on my vision board for years: a home by the ocean. I prayed for it, journaled about it, even visualized what it would feel like to hear the waves outside my window. And when it finally happened, I expected to feel nothing but joy. But instead, I felt unsettled, almost
Mhm.
disoriented.
Wow.
Hmm. Here I was living inside what I had been asking for, yet part of me couldn't quite receive it. The same routines that used to feel aligned suddenly felt too small. My
Mm.
emotions were heightened, my body tired, and I caught myself wondering, why don't I feel happier? Then when That's when I realized I was in the season of integration. The universe had already said yes. Now it was my turn to adjust. I
Mm.
started spending more time outside, barefoot in the sand, breathing in the salt of the ocean, and I stopped rushing to make the next goal and let myself sit with the one that had already arrived. I think that's good because
Wow.
we were always like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she says I journaled about how I felt instead of what I wanted. I
Mm.
cried sometimes because even blessings can bring big emotions. Wow.
Mhm. Mhm.
Slowly, I began to feel peace again. But this time, it wasn't the peace I had imagined. It was deeper, grounded, and quiet. It was the kind of peace that comes when you finally become what you once prayed for. She says integration taught me that manifestation doesn't end when you receive, it continues as you learn to hold what you received.
Wow.
Thank you for reminding me that miracles aren't just meant to arrive, they're meant to root inside of us. Love,
Ooh.
Maya. Oh, thank you, Maya.
Yes. Thank you,
Wow.
Maya.
Yes.
That was so good.
Yeah.
They're meant to root inside of us. That is so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It fits so well because that's exactly how I feel. Like you feel like I'm supposed to be happy now. I'm supposed to like this is my new
Yeah.
life, and like why do I have these feelings of like the in between of like why
Mhm.
do I feel emotional? Why do I feel like this is not
Mhm.
what I thought it was gonna be? So I love how she said like you have to adjust to what you have to adjust to holding what God has given you.
You know, I still have, even though we're recording this and, you know, adjusting to what God has given you, I still, there's a part of me that is still like, why is it like this? I'm like, if I asked for this, the feeling should be there.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
this should be, glowing with
Mhm.
expectancy and happiness
Yeah.
and not to say that there's no of course there's happiness,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it's the human experience is very interesting when
Yes.
it comes to that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
When it
Absolutely.
comes to
But I
that.
mean it takes time with anything. It takes time with
Yeah.
anything to adjust. It's just like getting into a new school or, getting married and like you're like, "Oh my gosh, it finally happened." And then you're just like, "Oh, this is what it's like." Like
Hmm.
this is what, so it's very interesting. Where's your house at? We want to come visit you, Maya.
Right. Hello. I want to put my feet in the sand.
Right, exactly.
It's funny.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Exactly.
That's a wonderful take because it's um I don't know if any of our listeners have experienced this, but there was a time, I mean, being young, that I felt like, man, what does it have to take for me to get what I want?
Mhm.
And I wasn't aware that I was going to feel all of these different things
Mhm.
at all.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yeah. That's really good. Well, and the herb that we want to talk about in our next segment is I got an herb for that.
yes.
Has to do with that in holding your
Mhm.
blessings and being
Mhm.
able to integrate your daily
Mhm.
habits into your routines, which is ashwagandha. I know this is one of
Yeah.
Jessica's favorite.
Sure is.
She even has her own. She sells it on her in her company, her
Yeah,
website. Yeah,
the tincture. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. What made you come up with that? What made you sell that as one of your tinctures?
Um I was just playing around. I found ashwagandha. I was, when I was just going through, well, let me learn the herbs. Um, and I bought it and I'm like, because it's the root that we're using,
Mm-hmm.
it was very hard. And I was like, well, I'm just going to make a tincture from this because you would have to make a decoction with the tea.
Yeah,
So I made it as a tincture and then I had customers telling me that the tincture was allowing them to feel a lot better than the gummies. They were like, "Oh, I can't have the gummies because whatever the additives were in the gummies were interfering with the absorption of the medicine or something." Oh, I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so they bought the tincture, and it was just people were coming back. This is when I was at farmers markets. They were coming back. It's one of the herbs that I just can't keep stocked because people keep coming back for it. Um, and I use it myself, especially when I'm sitting at my desk, like every day that I sit at my desk, because it does, much like how we said with passion flower, that passion flower is like an exhale. Um, Ashwagandha is not as like, it doesn't leave you as open, but it does
Mhm.
relax you. It makes you feel like, um, okay, now I am grounded and I can move forward
Mhm.
from a wise place.
Yes.
Um,
Ooh.
yeah.
I might need to order some of that then. So
Add it to your collection of tinctures.
I know I got too many right now. So it is an adaptogen, right? So it
Yeah.
helps you adapt
Through
to.
changes, which is what I need right now.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's so adaptogens, they are a specific group of herbs that help you. I don't know. The intelligence of plants is just so amazing. Like it,
Yeah.
once you take it, it figures out what you need, and it
Hmm.
helps you adapt to that situation. So you could be at any stage, any level per se in your life, if
Yeah.
this is a game, and it would help you adapt to that new stage because of its properties of wanting to balance out, wanting to balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to say too, in one of my in an herbal class, one of my teachers, she explained like the adaptogens as someone who is having a hard time when if their body struggles going from season to season. Adaptogens
Mm,
are helpful
mm,
there too because it allows the body to adjust better.
mm.
So ashwagandha is good overall, like
Yeah.
for anyone who goes through those changes like
Yeah.
that, even seasonal.
Yeah. Here
But
it says that it
mhm.
supports the nervous system and energy body through periods of awakening, kundalini activation, and shadow work. It calms overstimulation while helping you integrate higher frequencies into your physical body.
Yes, that last part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, integrating higher frequencies. That's why we chose it for this
Mhm. Mhm.
episode.
Mhm.
It allows you to hold the higher frequencies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we're talking about holding and frequencies and timelines and stuff. We need to have Aaron Lyons come on here and
She
give
was
us
in my
a give us a lesson. Like, come on, girl,
mind.
where
I
you at?
know.
It's so funny. Or maybe I shouldn't say this, but I have developed a new liking to her because before Jessica was like Aaron Lyons, Aaron Lyons, Aaron Lyons, Aaron Lyons, and I was just like
Yeah.
until I guess I had to just sit down and listen to actually what she was saying. But she really makes a lot of sense. I like her. I do. I like what she.
Yeah.
Jessica's looking like. I told you.
Look, that is my girl. Okay. I found her, don't know how, but I'm like, okay, number one, she's black. Number one, number two, she's beautiful. Number three, like, she is speaking to me because I completely understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
Like, this
Mhm.
is, you know, she talks about integration all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah, this would even be the episode that she would be the topic that she'd be great discussing because it's when we talk about specifically spiritual integration, right? Like we have gone through. See, this is another part where like we have another aspect of our lives that may be in the integration stage, whereas we're on a different stage elsewhere. But point is integrating these new spiritual habits until they become who we are.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
it's like it is. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, that's what she
Just
would be.
that, like,
That's what she specializes in, basically.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes,
what she
yes,
specializes in.
yes.
She has a new baby too. So I maybe that's what it
Hmm.
is. I softened up to her 'cause she was pregnant and had a new baby, and she is beautiful
Hmm.
too. But she was doing those light language videos. I was like, what is this? I
Yeah,
get very like I'm very sensitive to stuff. So anybody that's like talking to me crazy on the internet doing stuff, I'm like, nope, swipe. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. But she
I
stopped
never.
doing those type of videos though.
She did. I actually never sat through them either because I had to learn. I had to watch enough of her videos and learn her
Yeah,
before allowing myself to be opened up to that. And
exactly.
I realized I still haven't done it because she actually stopped doing them.
Yeah, because I mean, that might have been a like engagement wow factor for her, but it to
Hmm.
me, it's like, no, girl, please stop doing that. But please, if you
Oh
want to
my
come on our
god.
show, you can
Yeah.
and talk to us. Or we would be welcome to come on your podcast. She has a podcast too.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can't remember the name of it now. Is it? She has two different ones. Like,
She has two.
yeah,
Um, I don't remember the names right now either,
yeah,
but a lot of people know her.
yeah.
So
Lions, Lyons, Aaron Lyons. You can look
yes,
her up.
Erin, or is it
Yeah,
Yn? Yes,
yeah.
Ian. Hmm.
Yes, yes. And so we want to continue today with on this episode with witchy shit, still engaging our ancestors,
Hmm.
because that is a part of the transformation. That is a part of
Hmm.
transformation is
Exactly.
relying on our ancestors. And so Jessica, I wanted her to share a really beautiful integration or a beautiful experience that she had with her ancestors.
Well, okay. So yes, I will share it. But I will say first that I did not know that this had anything to do with integration. Or let me say, I did not integrate the dream because it's a dream. I did not integrate the dream into my life until very recently, like as in a few days ago, when I understood what it meant. So I had this dream, um, and I was just sometimes my dreams are I'm just dropped into them. And it was where I was with a woman that I recognized as a family member, an older woman. And I was also with my grandmother, my mother's mother. She actually passed away when she was in her early 60s. Um, but I got to spend a lot of time with her as a child. But we're in this house. I'm looking for something. Everybody, my mom's brothers and sisters, and her uncles, like my grandmother's brothers and sisters, everybody's looking for something and they're just confused. They're like, why can't we find it? I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm dropped into the dream where I'm in a bedroom of this huge, enormous house. I open up a drawer, and this woman who I know and I am very aware that she is a spirit
Hmm.
who looks like my grandmother, but is not my grandmother because my grandmother is also there with her. I open
Okay.
up the drawer and I grab something, and they're not talking. They're just like nodding, yes. And they basically, like, I understood. Sometimes when ancestors speak, it's not in speech,
Hmm.
you're not going to hear their voice. It's more like you just know in your body what you're supposed to do.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I grab whatever it is and I go into the living space where everyone is sitting down, and they're sitting on couches. I was kneeling down. I didn't have any room to sit. My mom has a lot of brothers and sisters, and there's just a lot of siblings on both sides. So, I didn't have any room. Some of the other adults didn't have any room. And so I'm there. Next to me is this woman who is an elder and my grandmother. And my grandmother actually had a very young spirit, right? Almost to the point where, like, I almost didn't recognize her, but I found whatever they needed, but I didn't give it to them. I showed them, hey, this is whatever. And the woman, the elder woman, is speaking to me, and I am saying, this is what she's saying. I'm like, she's here right now. This is what she's saying.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so I had that dream, and I'm like, oh, we're in a house. I found something that has to do with I took it so literal.
Mhm.
Went to my aunt, told her, went to my mom, told her, told the brothers and the sisters, hey, some, this person came to me in a dream. I described the woman to them. I thought that was my grandmother's mother because I never got to meet her mother because she died in her 40s. So
Mm.
my grandmother herself didn't get to spend much time with her own mother. She was the youngest. So,
Who was the lady
long
though?
story, I don't know. I described her to them. They don't know who she is,
Okay.
but I know that she is an ancestor.
Mhm.
And I was wondering that until just a few days ago. I'm washing the dishes and I'm thinking about all the different things I'm going through in my life and how, like, I am one of the first people to, do the things I'm doing.
Mhm.
And it came to me, I was like, oh, shoot. I was the one who received what they were looking for because I've been chosen for it. This
Mm.
wasn't a message for them. I wasn't even supposed to tell them about the dream. This was for me to know whomever that lady
Mm.
was. It's I was given whatever this is. I was given the prize, the key, the
Mhm.
whatever. I said, "Oh my gosh, I got so much to do."
Wow.
I'm like, I got to make
Wow.
sure I keep listening cuz
I have
I don't know what I have
chills.
to do, but it's a lot.
I have chills, Jessica, again. Like that story is like basically that was like a gathering, and then like
Mhm.
yes, Jessica has is the one that's gonna carry this our gifts on. Jessica is the chosen one. She is doing the
Yeah.
healing work. She is doing the communing work. She is the chosen one.
You
Wow.
know what? I remember now that my aunt did say, and I told you that she said, okay, now you're the one that's going to be receiving these messages.
Hmm.
And I said, mm? Come again.
Yeah.
No, I'm,
Yeah. Yeah. I think your aunt knew though. Your aunt knew what it was. Like she knew
yeah.
like okay, we need to listen to you cuz
Mm-hmm.
they're
Mm-hmm.
talking through you now.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I think the point of this even though there are very specific people in our lineages that are chosen to do this work for specific gifts, we have to know, we have to believe that we are all worthy. We are all
Yes.
capable. We are
Yes.
all chosen for very specific reasons. You were
Mm-hmm.
chosen for a specific reason, and there might be other members in your family that are chosen for other things, to heal,
Exactly.
to carry on. And us sharing this experience with our listeners is to say like, look, we are here living in this time right now in history for a reason.
For a reason.
For a
Mm-hmm.
reason. Like you're listening to this podcast, we're doing this podcast because we know we are chosen to do the healing work backwards and
Mm-hmm.
forwards.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you might not know when you have the dream, you don't know what it all means. And because we're so used to taking dreams, so like we think that everything has to mean something literal, it has to translate into
Mm-hmm.
like literal tangible things.
Yeah.
That's not what it is all the time.
Exactly.
uh,
It's
Thank
not.
you. Thank you for sharing that dream, even though that
Yes.
was very private and personal. But I thank you. I do not take that for granted because it allows me to know and believe like, okay, the work that we're both doing, it's real and it's working.
Yeah.
It's working too.
Exactly. Yes. 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 And that goes along with integration because I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know until recently when I'm like, I'm living my life. Like, okay, I know who I am now. I have all these new habits, literally have all these new habits. I'm doing this, doing that. And then boom, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's so good.
yes, I'm happy. I'm happy to share that. Happy to, you know, to have that realization and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's not, and the thing is that like we're saying this because it's not always gonna be when everything feels right. Cause it can
Hmm.
feel like you choosing me right now. I'm going through all this stuff. Like I'm the one.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
But look, the kicker is that I'm going through something very similar that the women in my family line have gone through too. But I have, because I'm living in this time, I have different choices. I
Mhm.
have the ability, excuse me, the ability to make different choices.
Mhm.
And that is what pieced it all together.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, that's so great.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you for that
Yes.
reminder and that aha. So we want
Yeah.
you guys to share your stories with us, and tell us how these episodes have been, the impact that they've had on you so far with this new season. We want to hear from you. You can email us. You can send us a DM on Instagram at Keep Expecting Miracles Pod. Comment. We do get comments on our YouTube. Thank you so much for those
Hmm.
that comment on our YouTube at Keep Expecting Miracles. And go to Jessica's website and buy some freaking medicine. Go. She has an ashwagandha tincture on there, and you need to buy it, please. Thank you. HighVibeHerbals.com.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out.
Yes. Yes. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Thank you for
Yes.
listening, and until next time.